Cassinelli, a tiny fixture in Astoria since the 1930s, makes from 3,000 to 4,000 pounds of fresh pasta every week, right in the store, for all to see. Cassinelli makes and sells 3 dozen varieties of pasta, including mushroom ravioli, from a small storefront on 23rd Avenue in Astoria in Queens. CreditKarsten Moran for the New York Times, May 15, 2018. As he stacks 4 one-pound packs of bucatini on Cassinelli's compact counter, Giovanni Cali all but apologizes for his pasta purchase. "I can make it at home," he said. "But I don't want to. It's as difficult to find a store that sells bucatini, which looks like spaghetti with a hole in the center, as it is to make it. And this is why Mr. Cali has been a Cassinelli customer for nearly 50 years. He is also a fan of the freshness. Each week, Cassinelli makes 3,000 to 4,000 pounds of pasta on site, right in the shop for all to see." Image Ranjit Mundra, left, and Giovanni Leon make pasta at Cassinelli's in Queens. The store turns out between 3,000 and 4,000 pounds of pasta each week. CreditKarsten Moran for the New York Times MR. Cali, who was born in Palermo, the capital of Sicily, recalled that he first stopped in Cassinelli in 1972, when the current owners, Tony Bonfili and Nella Costella, took over the shop in Astoria. Mr. Bonfili, who came to America from Tuscany as a teenager in 1956 and started working at Cassinelli the next year, pointed out that at that time, Cassinelli, which was established more than a century ago, was actually across the street. That's where it first set up shop in Astoria in the 1930s, after moving out of locations in Manhattan and New Jersey. The current shop, which is sandwiched between an accountant and a financial advisor on 23rd Avenue near the Ditmars Boulevard subway stop, is such a well-kept secret that even many locals don't know of it. Giselle Riccoboni writes out a receipt for a restaurant client as Mr. Mundra makes pasta. An illustration of Princess Pappardella, adorned with edible hair, hangs in the window at Cassinelli. CreditKarsten Moran for the New York Times. That's mainly because of its limited hours. It operates from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays. It is also shuttered behind metal gates every day from 12 to 12:30 so the 9-person crew can eat lunch together. Up until recently, Ms. Costella, who is 83 and uses a cane, cooked pasta for everyone. These days, they order fast food, usually pizza or burgers. Aside from a dark green awning the color of the stripe in the Italian flag and a small sign in the front window, it doesn't advertise itself. Cassinelli sells 3 dozen types of pasta. The standards, cheese ravioli, egg fettuccine and rigatoni, are rounded out by rarities like gemelli, which is colloquially called unicorn horns, squid ink linguine and custom-order fusi sheets. Ms. Riccoboni, left, helps Tony Alamo, a customer, with an order of cheese ravioli. CreditKarsten Moran for the New York Times. The ravioli, 50 to a carton, are only $8. The 1-pound bags of papelletti, capelloni and cavatelli are $5, and noodles are $3.50 per pound. The pasta making show is free. So is the clowning around. When Benito Calani rode up on his old Peugeot bicycle, he waved. Mr. Bonfili was ready for him. Mr. Calani, who is 80 and from Sicily, is another member of the Cassinelli Half-Century Club. On this trip, he bought a slab of Parmigiano Reggiano, the best in Astoria, New York and even America, fresh bucatini after leaving an extruder in Cassinelli's kitchen. CreditKarsten Moran for the New York Times MR. Bonfili tried to backpedal his over-the-top comment, and there was a lot of animated banter about it in Italian. "Benito doesn't come for the great pasta," he said, switching to English. Mr. Cali, happily taking the bait, concurred. "I come for the insults," as he rode off. Satisfied with his insults and cheese, another regular Cassinelli commuter took his place. Jorge Barreto pushes a load of Cassinelli pasta destined for buyers on Long Island down 23rd Avenue in Queens. CreditKarsten Moran for the New York Times. Dina Pagano, who declared that she is not merely 79 but 79 and a half, makes regular trips from her home in Jackson Heights. "This is the only kind of pasta my grandchildren will eat," she said, adding that she's been a customer since about 1968. Her 18-year-old granddaughter, Valentina Simonera, who was carrying out a big bag of ravioli and tortellini for her, enthusiastically confirmed the veracity of this statement. As it neared closing time, Giselle Riccoboni, Ms. Costello's daughter, prepared 5-pound bags of pasta for wholesale clients. Several restaurants in Manhattan and Long Island rely on Cassinelli for their pasta. Mr. Cali's order was rung up. Andy and Mr. Bonfili started swapping spaghetti stories. Again, the conversation was in Italian, and it quickly turned to recipes. Whose bucatini is the best? Mr. Bonfili pointed to Mr. Cali, who is not shy about his pasta-making prowess. "His is better, but mine is easier." Mr. Cali returned the compliment. "Cassinelli is